Hello everyone, and welcome back to the second part on this tunnel road tutorial. And in this part we will start to texture this model. And the first thing I want to explain is most of my texture that I'm using when I have no time to collect them. Basically, I'm editing them on Photoshop, and it required a little bit knowledge about bump maps, and I'm using Photoshop only to create the bump maps, and then also maybe to clear some of the texture from the watermarks they have. So I will show you in a few seconds the process. And also one more thing is after we done to set all the normals to projected inside this model, we don't really need to see them. So in order to disable the display of those normals, what you need to do is go over display, NURBS, and then select the normals shade mode again, and it will make them disappear. Okay, so let's do this for each one of the objects in our scene. Let's see these. The doors. Yeah, you can press G. After one time you do it, it will repeat the same function. And okay, let's start texture. So the first thing is to create those ceramic cubes we have on top of this tunnel, okay, inside the tunnel. But the first thing is I need to divide this part of the tunnel so it will match the same as here. Okay, the best way to do it is to take this edge, hold down the control, right click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. Somehow my soft selection is selected, so I will unselect it. Okay, so see I'm dividing those sections. Now they are all matched to the same size. Okay, so let's minimize Maya for a second. First, let's save this. Let's minimize Maya, and we will open the browser. And from the browser, let's go over Google. And there is this site. It's called 123RF. Okay, and you can go over this website. It's full with many textures. All you need to do is search your texture. So I will type in ceramic cubes, something like this. Search. Okay, so you see we have plenty of ceramic cubes, and this one looks nice, but the thing is that while it's still in thumbnail, you don't have the watermark as you see in this enlarged picture. Okay, you see the large picture has this 123RF and the camera watermark on top of it, and that's pretty sucks. We don't really need this. So we can use only the thumbnail. Just download this thumbnail like this, save image, and here we can take it and drag it somewhere to the desktop. By the way, it's better to have the texture inside your project folder, inside the images folder in this project folder, and there it will be safe to store all those textures. So what I'm trying to do right now, I will show you first what I've already done with a few of my textures. Let's say, for instance, I have this photo, okay, which I download for my own for my first tunnel, okay. So let's open this, and I will show you basically what I've done. I took this photo and I just extract part of this inside Photoshop, okay, and this is what I've came up with, just this simple texture. And then I took this picture and I've done some editing in Photoshop, and I draw black lines in between those cubes, okay. I created some kind of grid inside them in a black color. So this picture is more like representing the bump map, and this one could be the color map, okay. And basically after a few tests I decided that it's better to use this picture as the color and the bump as well, okay. So this is what you need to do. You just go over the web, you download whatever picture you think fits to your needs, you take it over Photoshop. If the thumbnail is clean, that's fine, but we do have another problem with this thumbnail. You see, some of our cubes here are not really full. They are not full cubes. Half cubes from this side, half cubes from this side, and so on. So basically we do need only the middle part, okay. So what we can do is take this mark selection tool, I don't know, rectangular McQueen tool, okay, and basically extract only this part like so, okay. And we do really need to do a close-up here. I don't want to take any other parts of this, only this. No, it's too much. Also too much. Maybe it's better to take the big picture. Let's see. No, this one is not. You know what? I will show you this with this picture. It was more easy to do this. I'm only taking this part and like so. After you believe it's okay, something like that. No, that's too much. Okay, so something like this, and I will hold down the Control and tap at the same time on the J letter, so it will create only layer with this selection, you see. And now I can go over select all, so it will select basically this whole thing without the other picture. Okay, and go over edit, copy, file, new, and now when I click the new, Photoshop will open a canvas in the same size of this selection, okay, only the picture. So click OK, you see, same size, edit, paste, and here is it. Now we will take the brush tool, choose some kind of brush with something like 2 pixels, okay, 2 pixels like that, and we will change the color to black and choose OK. Now you click once here, somewhere in between. I want this line, okay, so click once here, shift, click here, okay, so you see it create a line. So I will need to do this some few times. Hold down the shift and just click once or twice on the sides and make this line bolder, or okay, see. So okay, so this is pretty much the process. This is what I've done, and after you done this, this is what you will get, okay, something like this. Okay, now I'm taking this picture, okay, and save it somewhere safe, and together with the original picture, and then I go over Maya. Okay, don't save. Go over Maya, and I will apply a bling material to this tunnel. Right click, sign, bling, okay, and choose color, file, and now from the image name I will select this keeramak picture, okay, and it should be keeramak 11. Let's see, keeramak bump, keeramak bump maybe. Okay, I have another file which I need to check before that. Not really sure what I've done in between them, but just remember that I have another one, so let me first check what the difference is. Keeramak 11. Oh, okay. So you see the outlines here. It should be a little bit thinner than the middle, those in the middle, okay, because this is the connection part. This is where will be more cubes, and we need to make sure that the outlines, the square outlines of the picture is a little bit thinner than those in the middle, okay. So together, when we start to manipulate the place to the texture node, it will use this thin line and actually double it, because we will add extra coverage, okay. And this is what I actually done with this ceramic picture. Okay, so let's open this one and press 6 to see it, and you see it doesn't look that good. So what I will do, I will choose this tunnel, go over edit UVs, create UVs, sorry, cylinder mapping, cylindral mapping, and it doesn't really fit good. Okay, so let's maybe go over create UVs and automatic mapping. Yeah, automatic mapping looks better. And then we will go over the bling itself again. Okay, this is the bling, and where it says color here, I want you to click on this arrow now, and then switch to the place to the texture node, and where it says repeat UV, here type in something like 90, okay, and for the repeat UV 90 again. So if we will get close to it, this is how it will look. See, very tiny cubes. You can maybe use less, 90, 80, or maybe 60 on 60. See, something like this. And when you think it's done, it's really important that you will remember the thing you done here. Like the repeat UV is 60 on top of 60, so you need to make sure that the bump map that you're going to use is going to have the same parameters. So I'm clicking on this arrow here, the bottom one, and once again to bring me back to the bling material. And from the bling material, I'm going to click on this checkered box alongside to the bump mapping. Click on it, choose file, and basically you switch to this file node tab and choose the image name, the same image name, which is the keeramak 11. Okay, 1 second, just using the same node. But if I will click on this on the top here arrow, okay, so it will switch me to the place to the texture for the bump map. It's not the same one as for the color map, it's only for the bump map. So we need to make sure that the bump map place to the texture node set correctly to the same parameters we set to this color map. So 60 on the repeat UV on top of 60. Now there are basically sets to the same parameters, and therefore the bump will be in between those cubes and not on top of them, or causing you create some artifacts or things that you don't want to deal with. Okay, so let's go over the render setting. Click here, choose the mental ray, and from the common tab click and choose HD 720, quality 3, max sample of 3, 3, ray tracing, it's better to add more ray tracing. Okay, so 8 on top of 60, 16, and frame buffer, don't touch it right now. Go over create physical sun and sky, so create a physical sun and sky. Also let's see, okay, that's it for this settings. Now thing is, I want to check this bling material first. We still need to do some more adjustment to it, and first I just want to see how it looks. But it's really important to have some kind of another polygon plane. Okay, so we'll create another polygon plane and put it over here and rotate it, holding down the J key, and rotate it to this direction and enlarge it to about so. So it will basically block some of the lights that comes from this area, because I don't want them. I don't want to see them. And now let's click the IPR take and mark this area to see how it looks. Okay, so Maya is rendering right now. And by the way, if you already seen the picture that I created earlier, you know the picture that I showed you in the first part of this tutorial. There was some kind of difference between the upper keeramak cubes and the lower and the upper. So basically it's caused by the lights. Okay, the light, the physical sun and skylight, this is what it's causing. It gives you the illusion that these cubes are in different color and these are in different colors, which basically it's much more because of the color and shadows that this light system is producing. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty much okay. We didn't play much with the setting for the bump. I left it on default setting of 1, bump 1, okay, and it looks fairly nice, although the cubes looks a little bit tinier. Alright, so it's finished, and as I said, the cubes look a little bit much tiny, and I don't want this. I probably want to change this look. So let's close the render and let's go back to this coverage nodes and play with them a little bit more. The bling material here, the color, and the place to the texture, and let's lower this to 40 on top of 40, maybe. Oh, 640, no, something like that. Okay, and then go with this one back to the bling, inside the bump map, to the place to the texture, 40 on top of 40. Okay, now if it's not really, it's really hard for you to using those arrows to navigate inside the nodes. I will show you what does it mean. First of all, if you are inside the bling material, like so, okay, and you want to get inside to the place to the texture, you need to click on this arrow here next to the color. Okay, it will open this tab, and alongside to it you will have the place to the texture. Now if you want back to the bling material itself, you need to click on the lower one, okay, and once again. So this is how you get back to the bling, and then you go over this bump mapping, and if you will click on the top one, it will just switch from this tab to this tab. So see, okay, and down the lower one back to the bling. Okay, and if it's really confusing you, you can just use the hypershade and that's it. So now let's do some changes to the bling material. I want to lower down the diffuse a little bit, just a little bit, slightly somewhere to 667, and I want to the reflectivity to lower down also to somewhere about 230, okay, and then expand the mental ray and go down over where it says photon attribute, click on this derive from Maya and click on take setting from Maya and lower down the shininess to about 14, and the color I want you to right click on top of color, break connection, choose this color and this sampler and click somewhere on top of this ball here, this sphere. Okay, so now let's do another render test like so. Okay, so this is fair enough, and now we will apply this same material to this part of the tunnel. So right click, assign existing material, bling, and choose this material, choose this object and go over create UVs, automatic mapping, so it will fix the same UV mapping problem we had at first. Tap F8 once or twice, and basically it's the same thing. You can see it looks nice like that. And let's do some I will just reduce the quality sampler for this, close, and we'll take a render. By the way, I'm going to pause this video until it will finish render just to see the result. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so it took three and almost half, a little bit more than a half minutes to render this, but this is what we come up with. And let's save this picture, let's close this, and just to see that everything is fine. And I want to do some more texture to the road first. So the first road, basically what I've done, I took this picture, I'll show you, texture I'm using, and this one, just copy it to my desktop to show you. Okay, so this is the road picture. Let's open it with Photoshop and I will explain what I've done. So this is the original picture. After this I wanted to create the bump map. So I took this spot healing brush tool, okay, and I actually made a copy first, duplicate layer for this layer. So now we have two. So this one is the original, which we don't want to touch. and then we want to work with this one, the upper one. So you take this healing spot healing brush tool, and then you click once here, hold down the shift and mark. Okay, the shift is not responding that well, but you basically draw a line along this orange line. Okay, so it will kind of deleting it. Okay, it's just filling up all this area with the most coverage texture or painting we have. So sorry, let's undo that. Let's create another line on top of the white lines, and you see that way it, sorry, without the shift, and that way we basically have a clean bump map to use. Okay, so you can first save this file, save as, let's save it as JPEG and call it road bump. Okay, like so, bump, save. Okay, and then hide this one and reveal this one, which basically we already have this one, so we don't need Photoshop anymore. Here are both of them. So we have this one for the keeramak, those don't touch them yet, and we have this one for the road. Okay, now let's open Maya and right click, choose, right click on top of the road, choose assign new material. And this time I want to use a mental ray node, so Maya material X, choose this one and go over Maya material tab, click on the color checker box here and choose file and apply the road texture. Okay, so desktop, road, where is the road? Where is it? Okay, so this is for the color, and as you can see right now, the doesn't fit right, so we need to play with the place to the texture for it. Okay, so let's switch to the place to the texture, and where it says rotate frame, I want you to type in 90 degrees, so it will rotate it. And in the repeat UV, I want to add a little bit more just to make this texture repeat itself. So we will have, instead of 3 lines, we will have some more. So repeat only the V coordinate, okay, to somewhere about 6 or maybe 4. Okay, and that way you will have more coverage and more lines in between. It's actually repeat itself. So you need to also remember the changes we had to this place to the texture, because we are going to apply the bump map and use the same parameters, just so the bump mapping will fit the same texture we have here. So go over back to the Maya material X node, and first of all lower down the reflectivity first to somewhere about 100, and the glossiness somewhere near to 400, maybe lower that, 347. Then go over bump section, expand it, and where it says overall bump, click on this checkered box and file, and switch to the file tab, and let's apply the bump map of the road. Okay, road bump, open, and then click on this the upper one arrow, and we said we rotate it in 90 degrees, so 90 degrees, and the V coordinate to 4. Okay, and now we can take a render for it. So it will take some time, but eventually it will be done. So let's just wait. Okay, I will pause for now until it's done. Okay, so this is what I came up with, and it looks pretty much fine for me. I think it looks great. The next thing is basically to take this road and duplicate it along to this axis. So first of all, by the way, I said when I want to adjust the pivot, I want to tap on home button. So home button is only for Mac users. If you're using Windows, you need to use the insert button. Okay, so hold down, tap on it, whatever it will be, Windows or Mac for you, and hold down the V, and I want to bring this pivot over here to this middle vertex point, which created by when I created this edge split. Okay, so tap on insert or home again, and shift D to duplicate it, move this and hold down the V so it will snap to this other side of the road, shift D just to duplicate it some more, and let's do the same for this part. Let's change the pivot, home, hold down the V and snap it to this top vertex, home again, and shift D to duplicate it, and I want to first slide it in this direction, and somewhere here hold down the V button and using your middle mouse wheel, click on it and snap it to over here, or the left mouse button, doesn't really matter. So shift D, control D again, this time control D because there is a space in between, so we don't want to do this. Maybe shift D now, and let's move it, V over here, shift D again. That's pretty much it. Now I will take another render, and after I've done that, oh, first of all, let's create, before the render, create another light. I want to add point light here inside the tunnel, only one point light, so let's move it over here. It should be somewhere after this building, okay, somewhere there. And the intensity, I want you to change it to 0.7, and in the mental ray, sorry, in the shadows, apply the use ray trace shadow, and that's fine. And now we will take a first render for this, and I will pause. Okay, wait. Okay, so this is how it looks after 6 minutes and 50 seconds, and this is the result for now, and it looks pretty much good, although we need to do some more texturing and maybe also create more road, more tunnel, just to reduce the lights from the over this side, okay? And also the directional light we have here in the scene should be somewhere there. Doesn't really matter, because just make sure that the angle is 90 degrees down, like so, okay? And let's do a quick thing. Let's give texture for the doors. So choose the doors, right click, assign new material, and choose the dielectric material, okay? And for the building, we are going to use a bling material. Right click, assign new bling material, and I want to do some changes to it. First, the color should be black color, and for the ambient light, I think, let's see, the ambient light, I want it to be kind of bluish, okay? See here, and let's lower the reflectivity for it from 0.5 to 0.131, and specular color also a little bit darker, and let's go over the mental ray tab, and MI reflection blur, change it to about 4. I think that should be enough. And from the derive for Maya, uncheck this box, click on the take setting for Maya, lower down the shininess to about 14, and the color, this time we don't need to break the connection, only to take the sampler and choose the brighter area of this sphere here. So that's pretty much it. And for the lamp here, right click, assign new material. We will use the DGS material here, okay? It will be the most of the lamp. I just want to do some modification for it, so lower down the diffuse to almost to black, lower down the glossiness, you see it that way, so the diffuse is much more black than the glossiness. And the specular, you can bring it up a little bit, and then right click on the lamp, choose face, choose this face, right click, assign favorite material, Lambert, and choose color, white, and then from the ambient color, I want you to choose kind of blue, but you see, look at this sphere here, I want it to be something like that, okay? Not too much, just like that. And the eccentricity, if there is one here, where is it? Okay, the incandescence, okay, so brighten it a little bit, and then go over special effect, and from the glow intensity, type in something like 70, okay? So that's pretty much it. And for the vent, right click, assign existing material. We will use the same DGS material we will apply to the lamp, and then I will pause this video. I just render this, start to render this, and this will be the end of the part 2 of this tutorial. But before I want to do some more tunnel here, so Shift D, pull down the V, move it here, Shift D once or twice, and also for the tunnel, Shift D, hold down the V, okay, like so, and let me render this, and be aware that this is the end of part number 2. Oh, you know what, before forgot create, let's create another light, area light this time, and this area light should come from this direction, from the doors direction. Okay, so you put it over here and let's scale it to this corridor size, something like this, so, and pull this blue so it will enlarge this, see this thing, so it will peek out from the doors, okay, inside to the tunnel, and the intensity should be somewhere about 0.7, not much, and decay, linear decay, okay. Also for the point light we need to change the decay settings, so linear decay, and let's maybe face, no, right now no, don't touch it. That should be enough. So let's take a render and let's see what we came up with. Okay, so this is how the render came out, and I do have a few things that I still need to do, but as I told you, this is only the second part and we will continue on the third part. But meanwhile, you can start duplicate this lamp along this tunnel, also duplicate a few more of the vent along the tunnel, and that's pretty much it for this part, and we will continue on the third part. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and we'll meet you at the third part. See you, bye.